EFF leader Julius Malema has wrapped his testimony for the day. It's day 2 of his trial before the Equality Court in Johannesburg. Malema says lobby group Afriforum is short-sighted to call the song Shoot the Boer an EFF song. Malema has denied singing the song in Senegal in the Free State 2 years ago. eNCA's Manqoba Mchunu joins us now live for more. Manqoba, good afternoon. Well, just take us through what stood out in the court proceedings today. Apparently, Julius Malema was very much unapologetic about this Shoot the Boer song.
Indeed, Pradhan, Julius Malema quite unapologetic in court in his stance, of course insisting that songs like this, Pradhan, should not be taken on a literal sense. He did go at length to try and give some examples of songs in court where he says that you cannot simply take them by their literal meaning, because if you do that, what it does then it does distort the meaning of those songs. So he also went on to talk about the fact that this particular song, Shoot the Boer, which was before the court, was not an EFF song. Of course, the allegation is that Julius Malema, by singing this song, has led to an increase or a spate in farm attacks, and that's allegation by Afriforum. But Julius Malema saying that there is no link between the singing of this particular song and any of the farm attacks that have happened. But what really Afriforum was trying to show here in court today was the fact that Julius Malema does not have any regard for white lives, and also that he simply does not want to acknowledge the issue of farm killings in this country. And in fact, this is what we heard from their line of questioning when they brought those questions to him, interrogating him or whether or not he would condemn incidents of farm killings in the country. And at one point, we did hear Afriforum's lawyers also drawing on an incident that had happened in 2009 where two women were killed in a farm, and asking Julius Malema what his thoughts were. We do understand that at the time there were words "kill the Boer" that had been written using their blood on the wall of that particular farm, and he was quite unapologetic in saying that he's not going to condemn that because he does not understand the circumstances surrounding this murder. And of course, Afriforum was not happy with this answer, insisting that Julius Malema is really trying to hide behind racism, and that really is in fact a racist himself. But take a listen to that interaction in court.
I've noticed you have a certain habit, which is that when things get difficult for you, you start alleging racism. Am I right that that's part of your strategy?
You will never be difficult to me, not you, not those who came before you. None of you can be difficult to me.
Now, in court, Manqoba, Malema was asked about a pledge. Tell us more about this.
Well, but then this was a pledge that really was asked by Afriforum's lawyers. And so the question on this was around Julius Malema's, views on the killing of white people, and whether or not he, as a party member, a leader of the EFF, would actually condemn the killing of white farmers in the country. And of course, Julius Malema's answer was that he cannot, make such a pledge in court to say that he would actually protect white farmers from being killed. And he was asked whether he would denounce the killing of farmers. He said that he cannot denounce that because, of course, the circumstances surrounding that, he says, these are simply just criminal elements, these are simply just crimes, and in no way should they be viewed as being special to some of the crimes that happen in our society. So he says that South Africa, by nature, has a history of violent crimes, and so farm murders can really not be isolated from those violent crimes that happen in this country. And the question really was that, as the leader of the EFF, would he then make a pledge that he would not kill white farmers? Would he make a pledge that his supporters will not kill white farmers? And Pradhan, he says that he cannot make that pledge. Take a listen to what he had to say.
The way the sentence is structured, you say, we are not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now. That means at some future date, we may call for the slaughter of white people. Is that correct?
Let's do that at that future date. I don't know what's going to happen.
So you're saying you are not ruling out that in the future you may very well call for the slaughter of white people?
It may not be me.
be you.
It could be me, yes, but it may not be me.
Yeah, so it could be you. You could, at some future date, call for the slaughter of white people.
What will necessitate that?
You tell me.
I don't know. Why would I do that?
You've said you could do it in the future, is that correct?
I can't guarantee that I can't do it or I won't do it.
So right now,
so I'm not ruling out that possibility.
If I asked you to pledge, to say, I will never call for the slaughter of white people, would you make that pledge?
I will do it with ease.
Make that pledge.
Why would I do that?
I'm asking you to make that pledge. You said I will do it with ease.
I won't do it.
Make the pledge.
I won't do it.
You won't do it?
Yes.
I understand.
Okay, Manqoba, before I let you go, what's next in this case? I mean, Julius Malema, this was day 2 of him testifying at the Equality Court. What should we expect next?
Oh, but then we do know that Julius Malema's cross-examination has wrapped up. In fact, just before it ended, we did see his lawyers bringing a video by Peter Manqoba, who spoke about the issue of the song, the use of the song "Shoot the Boer," saying that in that particular clip, that the singing of the song also should not be taken in a literal sense, and that it merely was just to try and communicate what was happening at the time. So they then closed their case on that basis, but we do expect a language expert to take the stand tomorrow to actually give details and a bit of history as to how the struggle songs were formulated and what really they stood for. You recall that this is one of the issues that was raised during this particular trial, where it was asked whether or not Afriforum had understood what these songs stood for and whether or not they really understood what they meant, because the assertion by EFF is that their meanings are simply being distorted. They are not insightful songs. They're not songs that are meant to give instruction to people. In fact, saying that if at all a command will be given, it will be given by the leaders. It's not done through song but verbally. So we're expecting to hear more evidence from a language expert, which of course will be the end of EFF or Julius Malema's case here at this particular court.
Okay, thank you very much, Manqoba Mchunu. Let's take you